You've got it tuned to KEXP. We're listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle, online round the world at kexp.org, and so excited to have the Besnard Lakes live in studio today. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Hello. I heard you warming up down the hall, and I cannot wait to hear you play right now. So why don't you start off with a couple songs?
All right.
That was wonderful. The Besnard Lakes are live here in the KEXP studios tonight. They play at the Crocodile here in Seattle, and two fabulous songs from the new album, Until in Excess, Imperceptible UFO. I first heard the album in the spring, and I said to myself, that's going to be on my list of favorite albums of the year, and nearly a lot of great music came out this year, but that's still up there. Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm just surprised that you were able to actually say the name of the album without stuttering.
Well, since you bring it up, well,
did you practice?
Well, no, I've played the album so much. I've had a lot of practice on the air, but I have to say I don't normally like to ask pedestrian questions about band names and album titles, but that title has captured my imagination, so I can't resist. I know your last couple of albums, you kind of had the trend, the Besnard Lakes are, and not only have you taken a left turn here, but what in the world does that
Yeah, instead we went for a Godspeed album title.
But really, it's going to be really disappointing with it if you're going to explain why.
I do have to hear the story,
It's a
though.
lot simpler than you would think.
We played a show in Paris, and the show was reviewed, and it was in French, and so our label manager had Google translated the review and sent it to us. And the Google Translate just did a hilarious, ridiculous job. And one of the sentences in describing us was Besnard Lakes something something until in excess imperceptible UFO.
That's an awesome story.
And so yeah, I wrote it down and I was like, I gotta keep that. And then when we were deciding to name the album, we were like, let's ditch the thing and kind of put it away. And then we were looking around for names, and I was like, this is the best name ever. Let's go Godspeed.
Well, I did think perhaps you were solving the mysteries of the universe, but that's a great story.
We're doing that too.
Yeah, we're trying.
I have heard, I've been a fan for a long time, and I only recently read that you actually go into the studio with nothing prepared, no rehearsals, that you create the album. Is that a mythology that has just grown, or
Nope,
is that...
it's totally true. And it makes things difficult sometimes. Because I own a studio, right? So when we get in, we can only go in the studio when it's not booked, and sometimes we go into the studio and work when we're not feeling creative, and we have to force ourselves to go in and actually do something. So sometimes it causes us, it forces us to come up with something that's interesting that we wouldn't, because we're under fire to get something done. But sometimes it's really frustrating because we'll walk out of there with nothing. So, and a lot of times on this record, making this record, because we had this self-imposed deadline that we wanted to get it done quicker, we go into the studio and come up with nothing and just be completely defeated. So once we killed our self-imposed deadline and relaxed, then we started making good music again.
Do you go into your studio because by virtue of the fact that you have the studio, so you sit in the middle with acoustic guitars and pan flutes, or do you actually start using the equipment right from the beginning when you're creating the music?
A little bit of both. Like sometimes when we're setting something up, just setting up a signal chain of things, something will maybe start feeding back or whatever by accident, and we'll just record it and put it away and use it later. So some of the more atmospheric stuff that we use, I don't know, maybe 50 or 60% of it is actually stumbled upon by accident, and then we just incorporate it into the songs.
It sounds like your studio is in pretty active use. I know you've done some soundtrack work, and do you produce and record other bands as well?
Yeah, when I'm in Montreal, I'm basically doing that all the time.
It sounds like it is a very friendly music community there. I know some other musicians have contributed to previous albums, and is it pretty friendly there in terms of musicians and bands?
Yeah, it's incredibly friendly. I've been there for 14 years, and Gab's from there. I don't know, it's just like the people that we grew up with in the Milan scene when it was just a really, crappy, dirty area of town that was super cheap. It was, everybody really helped each other out, and I don't know, from our era of musicians, it just, everybody, I don't know what it was about that time. It's like everybody was really into helping each other out, and we have lots of people from all over the map of bands in Montreal that come and help us on the record and stuff, and it's awesome.
You're
I think we even traded studio time for the odd meal here and there.
Yeah,
At this place I was working at.
we did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're the second band in the last month from Montreal to mention that rents are cheap there. I think of that as a
Used to
very
be.
cosmopolitan city. I've been there only once, and it is so lovely, and it's kind of surprising to hear that it's affordable to
Well,
live
not
there.
anymore. It used to be. Like, there was a referendum in '95, so a lot of the Anglos left because they were scared to live there, and so everybody left, and so the economy kind of went down a little bit too, and then it slowly started to build itself back up. But when we moved there in 2000, it was like there were for rent signs everywhere. It was so cheap, like you could live. I think like that's what kind of helped Montreal kind of develop itself, because there were all these musicians living in these giant lofts where they could live and work for like $300 a month. Like that's impossible now. Like it's not cheap anymore.
Mm.
You know, the economy's built up again, and like the area that we live in is actually becoming, you know, super fancy, and like everything's being gentrified, and so a lot of that is kind of lost. Everybody keeps sort of moving up more north, and like, you know, more sort of down in the, you know, the west side of downtown now is like kind of like the new sort of cheap place to live, but it's not cheap anymore.
It's still beautiful.
It is beautiful, yeah. It's an awesome place to live. Yeah.
Well, speaking of beautiful, bringing it full circle, the new album, Until in Excess, Imperceptible UFO, the Besnard Lakes, are live in studio. And you have one more song?
Yes, we do.
Playing at the Crocodile in Seattle tonight. It is the Besnard Lakes live in studio. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
It's always a
Cheers,
pleasure.
thank you.
You're listening to KEXP Seattle.